Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Adrienne, and this is my little corner of South Carolina. For all of you that have been here, welcome back. I'm gonna actually be a little honest with you guys today and show you something that I do on occasion for a quick meal for when I'm not feeling well. So let me grab my apron. I'll explain to you and show you what we're going to do for dinner. It may take about 30 minutes and hopefully we'll have a pretty easy meal that is very delicious. So let me grab my apron and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my apron on, and I did go ahead and get out what we needed. So as a lot of you know, unless you're new here and you don't know, I have several chronic illnesses, and one is a debilitating one. So there are days to where I have better days than other days, just like everybody else does. But this weekend, I did 2 days of things back to back, which will generally make me very tired the next day, and it has. However, I have no more freezer meals ready. I have no more meals prepped ahead. There's a little bit of soup left, but it's too hot, and I don't want soup. I've hit that point. Today has been one of those days where food just doesn't taste good. And if you guys know me at all, I mean, if you've seen my channel, we love food around here. You can look at me and tell we love food. But when I get like this, I will take a bite, and I may can take 2 bites, and I get that second bite and something hits me, and I'm done. I can't do it anymore. So on days like this, I need something carby, and I still need my protein. And I've been wanting shrimp. So we're going to make an easy sheet pan shrimp scampi, but I do have a pot out for my noodles. As you guys know, and you look at my channel at all, we do go to the food pantries. Mom has been going just about she goes every week, and sometimes twice a week depending on where we go. There's one here that we get to go to weekly, and then there's another one that is only once a month, and the other one's bi-monthly. And we don't go to that one a lot, but we will every once in a while. So we are very lucky to have things in our freezer, in our pantry. If we get shrimp, it's not something we eat a lot, and we have to be in a mood to eat it. So I'm in a mood tonight, so we're going to eat it. So in the freezer, I have a bag of these 16 to 20 per shrimp. They are huge shrimp. They're really, really big. So these are frozen, but I also have another bag of smaller ones that I'm going to throw on here as well. And the reason is I wouldn't worry about that if it was just us, but my son is home, and I know if I make this tonight, he can take it for lunch tomorrow to work. You guys, I'm showing you, and as I said, I'm coming to you guys very real today. I've always tried to keep things real for you. That is why you see me in a tank top. I am not normally like this, but when I'm at home and I don't feel well, this is the way I am. So I wanted to be real with you and show you how it is on a day where I struggle and what I can do. Because like you know, if you've been with me, I try to keep meals in the freezer. I'm going to use a little olive oil on the bottom. Our pans are very well seasoned and used. So when it comes to something like this, I always like to put foil on my pan. Not that our pan is dirty. Like I said, it is just very well seasoned. And with my shrimp, I just don't want that fish to get on my pan and possibly come out in another meal later that I don't want shrimp or fishy flavor on. I do have a pot of water boiling. Let me get you over here where you can see this and not me so much. So I do have a pot of water boiling right here. And what I pulled out of our pantry is actually I'm going to use a whole wheat, whole grain pasta tonight. Normally we use the regular pasta, But I think we're going to go with the multi-grain tonight. I do feel like this. There's a restaurant here in town that does a chicken pasta that we love. And they use Polish pasta. So, sorry guys, I got to break these up. So, that's what I'm doing. Look at these shrimp, y'all. They're huge. If I can get this other one broke up, I'll just grab my ice pick. I've got my grandmother's ice pick that I inherited when Mom moved in with us. So we use it a lot. It comes in handy. It's a very old one. So when I show you guys, some of you probably haven't even seen it, depending on your age. If you're like me and come from the late 1900s, as everybody's calling it. I have an old one, and like I said, this was first, so it's even older than that. This is what it looks like. So it's just an old-fashioned wooden ice pick. So I'm just going to go in here carefully, and don't pick your fingers if you have to do this. And my sister-in-law, if you're watching this, don't freak out. I'm okay. Mama's in the living room, but I got it. See, I'm good. There. Y'all, I am very accident prone, and I've cut tips of fingers off and everything else, so my family tends to worry when I pick up sharp objects. So I'm going to throw the rest of these little shrimps in here. I've had them for a bit and they need to be used. I can't even remember what I did with the other ones. I still have another bag in my freezer. They are pre-cooked, so what I want to do one day, I did a garden tour for you guys earlier. I just haven't posted it yet. Hopefully by the time this one gets posted, that one will be up. But our red leaf lettuce should be ready to be used this week. So I will show you what we're going to do with the shrimp for that. I was thinking about making a shrimp Caesar salad or a shrimp type salad or something just kind of refreshing, and I'm really going to wait because today is Monday and tomorrow is Tuesday, so tomorrow is oven pantry day. Oven pantry, listen at me, I'm trying to deal with the oven and everything else. Tomorrow is food pantry day, so I'm going to wait and see what fresh vegetables she gets, what we're blessed with, and we'll go from there. A little salt in my water, always salt your pasta water. A little oil in the water, always oil your water. All that does is salting your water. If you don't know, just salt your pasta, and it does help make it boil. But the oil is going to help your pasta from sticking together. Use whatever you have, or you don't have to use it if you don't want to. You just rinse it under the water, and it should loosen up. And that may not be something we need to do now, but when I was younger, we always did. So that's one thing I still do. The last time I didn't do it, my pasta was really bad. It was like in one clump. And then trying to rinse it, I had to pry it apart, and so it made a mess. So just oil your water. It's a whole lot easier. All right. Then with this pan, I'm going to take, I've got some citrus here. I normally just use lemons, but I need to use these limes. And I don't have any more fresh. I just have one lemon. So what I'll do is, if I don't have enough when I do this, is I've got some bottled juice from the store in the refrigerator. I don't like to normally do that with my scampi, but I need to today. Now, when I make this, and to make your sauce, it really is just butter, lemons, and salt and pepper, garlic, and onion, and parsley is what I do. That's what we prefer. When it comes to something like this, you can use this. You can use the spices that you like, the seasonings, but I do want to keep it light and refreshing. I may just use, I think I'm going to need to grab my lemon juice out of the refrigerator. I don't like too much lime. I like a little lime to give it a little zing. But too much? No, I don't like it. Not with my shrimp scampi. Now, if I get some more shrimp later, And with it being summertime, once I get some raw shrimp like this, I'll thaw it out and make you guys some ceviche. I'm going to do that one day. I love to make shrimp ceviche homemade. I love to have it on hand because the flavors of it is just, they're beautiful. They are tasty. They are gorgeous. And it's a really nice, refreshing summertime meal. We eat it as a meal on the side of some other things. So we'll try to do that one day because that's coming up for us to do it. So it's going to be about time for me to start making our summer salads and our ceviches and things like that. Yes, right now I am having to work around a little bit because I went to, if you guys have heard me talk about Acre Homestead before, and Becky, she and Josh, her husband, last Thursday did a butter comparison. They took about 12 different butters, different stores. They did chains and things that everybody could get to, or mostly everybody could get to. One of them they did was Costco, because she loves to go to Costco. Those of you who know me know that I'm a Sam's girl. Always have been. I used Costco with my ex-husband, but I've been a Sam's girl for many, many, many years. Sam's doesn't carry the organic products that Costco does. So my son went and got a Costco membership, and he and I went yesterday. That was one reason why I'm worn out today. I had 2 events on Saturday and one yesterday. The event yesterday was I spent 2 hours with him at Costco. We just walked around. And FYI, if you've ever been out there, their strawberry smoothie is freaking to die for. It's delicious. He bought me one as we walked around. But I said all this to say I got this butter. It is their organic grass-fed butter. It is delicious. So if you have kept up with me and you've seen my reel about my pans, my baking pans that I got, my husband pulled 2 of them out for me. If I have the energy tonight, we will bake those layers. I have found a recipe to do my very first cake decorating with, because that's what I want to do. I'm going to learn. So I'm going to make my cake hopefully tonight. Actually, let's not even hope for that. That's not going to happen tonight. This is going to take all of my energy, what little bit I have. So I'm going to bake those cake layers tomorrow, and we'll do that together, because you're going to see I'm keeping everything real with y'all. I've always been very honest with you. Our home is not one of these new, it's not modern at all. We live very homey. We live very comfortably, and I don't care if my house looks like a showpiece. I want it to look like a home, and that's what it is. So when we do things like this, I want to do things for my house and for my family. And I want to learn how to bake cakes and decorate cakes. So you and I are going to do that together. And you're going to see the ups, the downs, and everything. So tomorrow, I will bake the cake layers. I'm going to do what a lot of the professionals do and what people have said they've done. I'm going to bake the layers tomorrow, let them cool completely. I'm going to stick them in the freezer, and then we'll decorate it Wednesday. I had to figure out what day today was. So that's the side note. So that's why I've got a thing of butter laying out here. That's my butter for my frosting. So I went ahead and I got a little bit of juice. I'm going to, you know what? I don't have it. Okay, this is in my part of my day. I've pulled out a half an onion. I do not feel like dealing with that today. So I'm going to keep this for tomorrow or for another time that I need an onion. And I'm going to use my minced onions that I've gotten from Azure, because these will puff right back up. So I'm going to sprinkle some, probably about a teaspoonful over my shrimp, and then I put another teaspoonful in my juice. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of minced garlic, and yes, this is dried, just like the other, and I'm going to take a little bit more and sprinkle over. I got this from Azure Standard as well. We've got some left. I've got a little bit of the garlic and onion granules left, which is their onion powder. They do have a powder. This is a little more granulated. I like the way it feels more. So I have that in here. And then I'm going to take my parsley. And I'm going to put about a teaspoon of parsley in here. Actually, I'm putting 2. Let's do 2 teaspoons. And then we're going to need salt and pepper. That's it. That's all I'm putting on here. Oh, actually, that is not true. Hang on a moment. Now, this is all you have to put on here. You do not have to put anything else. This next step is strictly optional. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to grab a little more lemon juice. So when I run out, and I've actually run out of my lemon juice in my freezer as well, I keep this on hand for cases like this. Yes, I know it's not real lemon juice. It's watered down, muddied down, whatever. It's fine. It works great for what I need. So I put a little more lemon juice in there, and that's what we're looking like. You can go in, you can whisk this up, pour it over here. If you feel like you need a little more liquid, you can add a little water. But I will show you how much liquid you need in the bottom of your pan. And this is a perfect meal, especially for it being the time of the year it is. We're at the end of April, but here in South Carolina, last week it was already 80 degrees. This week we've calmed down a little bit, we've cooled down, and we are actually at our normal high temperatures of 75. So this is what I have right now, as you can see it under the thing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of white wine in here. Like I said, this is not a necessity. You don't have to. I just like the way that it tends to brighten up the dish and elevate it just a little bit. So what you can do as well with this, once you are done with your lemons, if you have any more, you can take them and slice them up and lay them on the top of your shrimp. Now, normally what this will do is it just makes it look pretty when it comes out. You know, it does all this. It does help give it a little more flavor. I don't have any more lemons, so I'm just going to slice up these few limes that I have and put them on top. And you can pretty much, like I said, a lot of people just choose to use lemons. I always use what's on hand. If the limes are a little too zingy for you, just grab a little more of your lemon juice, because this doesn't have enough liquid in the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to have to add a little more juice, and I'm probably going to do half juice and half white wine, to be honest with you. Because back here I have no juice at all. None. Not even wine. There's no liquid. And our son is home. He came in from work earlier, said his hellos and kissed everybody and went to his room. So he's probably taking him a nap. Or he's working on something. He's trying to get his college stuff taken care of today. Or this week. He's been working up for a couple weeks, but he's got quite a bit done. He will start college in the fall. He decided to take a couple years off from work, and we had no problems with that, but it is school time now, so he's going to start in the fall. Now, this is the liquid that I have, and as you see, there's not a lot in there, and there's none back there. So I'm going to eyeball this and just pour over. Just be careful, because you know you got your lemon juice in here will cook your shrimp, but you want the oven to do that too. So here's my line. Alright, and then all I'm going to do is take my little stick here. I forget what this is called, y'all. Squirtle. Mom and I've had these things forever. when they first come out, we bought them off QVC. Y'all, I have to stay away from QVC because some of my favorite stuff comes off of QVC. And I know a lot of people probably have talked about how much they love that Temptations cookware. I use it. I have some things now, a few things I had broke when we moved, but we love it. And I bought these off QVC as well. So, okay, so that's all I do to this. You can go back in. There's already salt and pepper in here. If you want to lay a little bit more on top, you can. I'm personally going to wait until it comes out because I have salt and pepper my stuff. My oven is on 350. It has been preheated. So it's been actually, it said it came up to temperature about 10-15 minutes ago. So I put that in. I'm just going to watch it until the shrimp looks fine. Honestly, it takes about 10 minutes, maybe 15, because they're frozen. Now what I'm going to do, let's put my noodles in my water here. You can break them if you want to. I don't tend to break them. And I've been teaching my husband and to make breads and things. So we made loaf bread the other day. Wasn't one of my better ones. I think it was because it was cloudy that day. It rose fine, but it's still really heavy. So we're going to try it again, probably in a couple days. Because I've got another recipe I want him to try that I think we would like the bread better. This one just seems, I've tried making it several times and it works okay. It's just not our favorite one, so I think we're going to try the other bread this week because I have everything for that one. All right, noodles are in. I'm going to check them. It said 8 minutes to do it would be the al dente. We like them a little bit softer than that, so I'll pull those out when they're ready. So like I said, this is pretty easy. You got two things. You got your pan and your pot for your noodles. This is another one of those easy recipes. Should be, like you saw me. If I wasn't talking, I would have had this in the oven probably 10 minutes ago. It doesn't take long to cook. It'll be even easier to put together. When you bring it out, I like to put it on noodles. That's why I'm doing the noodles, and I made sure I have enough sauce. If I don't have enough sauce, I'll show you what I do there, because honestly, I just make a lemon butter garlic melt in my pot, and I'll throw it over the top if we need extra. Because I do like to spoon it with the gravy, or the gravy that it makes, the sauce, the white sauce, over my noodles. I'm going to go check the refrigerator, see if I have any Parmesan. I think I may have a little bit left from my last Azure order several months ago. But we'll see what I have, and I'll meet you back here in just a moment. Okay, so the noodles are almost done. I just checked the oven. Everything's thawed. It's cooking away really well. So now that it's thawed out, I went ahead and boosted my oven to 400. It looks like it's going to have plenty of sauce that it's making, so I shouldn't have to make any more. But I realized that I didn't put a drop of butter on that. So since I didn't, I'm going to melt some really quick. See, look, things happen all the time. There was supposed to be butter in that as well, and there's not. So since it's not in there to get all happy and melt with it, I'm going to melt this in my microwave and then just pour it on top. Because, I mean, you got to have butter with shrimp scampi, in my opinion. That's the scampi part. You got to have the butter. And, yes, I'm using the good Kirkland grass-fed butter. So, let me melt this down. Okay. So, I have my butter melted. So, what I'm going to do is, normally you would melt your butter and pour it in with your lemon juice and such. Well, since I didn't do that because I forgot this step, I'm just going to pour it on top. Literally took 30 seconds in the microwave. This butter is amazing, y'all. Wish you could just see it and smell it. It is very yellow. You can tell it's a grass-fed butter. It's very rich. It is delicious. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still going to get my other butter, and hopefully I'll be able to get the Azure butter again. Hopefully we'll be able to do that here soon. And when I do, I'm just going to order a case of it because I do love that butter, especially to cook with and to bake with. But I would like to keep something on hand that is a little more richer and all. So I believe I would probably still keep this on hand, especially to do my icings and stuff when I get ready to do my cakes. I think this butter will be the best. Alrighty, so I just put some more parsley on top, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of dill. I do have some dill. I just have to find it. Sometimes it gets pushed to the back. Ah, like that did. It did. It got pushed all the way to the back. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of dill on here, put it back in here, and let it go another 10 minutes, and we should be done. And the pasta's done. I'm getting ready to pull it up. Now, what I'm going to say is you will see me pouring the water off of this, but I am going to save a little bit of the pasta water so that if I need a little extra, I have that. I know that sounds crazy. I have not, as much as I've baked, I've always left a little bit of water in my spaghetti and my elbow noodles to make macaroni, because you don't want it to get dry. I was just always told not to drain it. Nobody ever told me why you saved pasta water, because they didn't know. So will save some of this, because the other day my spaghetti sauce wasn't going to go as much, and it was too much. It needed extra sauce, but I didn't have extra sauce, so I added spaghetti water. It was perfect. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to have to drain that off some, but I will keep some of the water also. So just be careful when you're pouring, or you will steam up your face. I do that a lot. And then what I'm going to do from here is grab my pasta out of here. I turn my eye off though. And then I'm not going to worry about draining this and getting all the water off, because like I said, I'm going to run a little bit. So I'm just getting my noodles out as much as possible. I know it makes a mess. You don't have to do it this way. Sometimes when I'm not feeling well, I have to do things a little different than I normally would, and this is one of those days. So then that's the one I want. Then I want my other one. I put dishes up and put them out of my way. So I'm going to drain the rest of this over a colander and in a bowl. Which is what I should have done to start with, not even worried about dipping any out. Alright, well what's left is going in here, because I will mix my shrimp scampi straight in here. I don't do it separate, I don't lay it out pretty. Sometimes I do. I'm going to be honest with you, today is not one of those days, so we're not doing that today. You can do this as fancy or as easy as you want. So right now my husband's at work. There's just 3 of us here. So I will get our bowls out. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of pasta in here, not much. Alright. Now, I just always put a little bit in the bowl just to catch any of the excess we're going to have. Alright, we probably got about 5 more minutes on the shrimp. And as soon as it's done, I'll be back to show you. Okay guys, we're back. I'm giving you a different view here because I had to plug up my, had to plug up my phone here. And right now, this is how we are doing this. Alright, so my bowls are right here. I still have them out. Here's my pot of spaghetti. Nothing has changed except the cooking time and that our scampi is done. Now I'm going to turn this around because it is starting to dry out just a hair. But that's good because I'm getting ready to pull this shrimp out of the oven. And I want to be able to rehydrate these noodles that are starting to go a little dry with my butter sauce. I believe, God, I wish y'all could smell this. It smells. When I had paused you guys, I had to walk in and grab my charger because my phone was dying. And my mom goes, something smells really good, because I wish you could smell it. I wish we had smell-o-vision. They have not invented that yet, but they should. Those aren't done yet, so I'm going to give those a couple more minutes. So this is what we're going to do until then. I have my pasta here. This is my pasta water. I don't think we're going to need it, but I do have it just in case. So I'll set that right there. And we're just waiting. So while we are waiting, let's talk, because here's the thing. So I have several things that I took out of the freezer that need to be used. I have a family pack of chicken wings, which I'm honestly just going to do them. My son's already asked for it. I will actually just turn those into chicken wings. I'm going to make teriyaki chicken wings, and I'm not sure if I'm doing another one. And we'll do those. They're really easy to do. I do them an easier way. I don't like to... there again, it's very weird. If I smell chicken raw and I'm having to work with it, a lot of times I can't eat it. But if I do the chicken wings the way that I do my chicken wings, I can eat them. So we'll do those probably Wednesday or probably Thursday. Maybe tomorrow. Actually, we'll do those tomorrow. And then Wednesday I have a roast to do. Do you guys want to see a traditional pot roast? Do you want a beef bourguignon? Do you want something else? Give me some ideas of what you would like to see me do with the roast. If there's something that you would like to do and you're not real sure about it. What I really have been thinking about doing was finding me a way. Acre Homestead has a recipe for a rice and lentils, I believe is what she calls it. And I've been dying to try it. And she made it with a beef roast with different seasonings in it. So I may look for something like that and do that as a side. So let me know if there's something in particular you want to see that maybe I can do for you and show you how to do it. We got some new neighbors yesterday. I'm so thrilled. Actually, we just met them yesterday. Met him the day before yesterday. Met her yesterday, and she bakes too. So I'm so excited about that. Hoping to have a baking friend right across the street, which would be great. We had a couple that was over there several years ago, and we just absolutely loved them. And I ran into her at our last Azure Market pickup. But they lived in the next town over now, so we don't get to see them anymore. So hopefully I'll be able to have a baking friend. And somebody to talk to. Alright, so we're going to give that just a few more minutes. So, we have officially cleared Easter. Easter I was going to make a video and show you guys what we did. I didn't do it. I just baked that whole chicken that we got. And I really just did like a mini Thanksgiving. For Easter I did a roasted chicken with the vegetables. And then I made dressing, gravy, things like that. And potato salad, deviled eggs. All the yummy holiday foods. So now we have Mother's Day coming up. So what I would really like to be able to do with the purpose of this cake is to find me and make me see where I am decorating wise. Because I would love to make Mom and me a cake for Mother's Day. So we'll see how that goes. But I also found an old recipe that we've not had since we were kids. And Mom said she completely forgotten about it. So I may make that too. So I've been trying to think of some things to do. You know, not everybody, you don't want it to get stale. You don't want to use the same things over and over and over again. And yes, I stand here with my shrimp because, as any of you know, seafood doesn't take very long to cook, and shrimp is right up there with it. As soon as it turns pink, it is ready to go. So now, I can get this over here where you can see it. Actually, I'm going to take you over to it. Hold on one second. Unplug it for a second. So, there's our shrimp. So, what we're going to do now is plug it back up. Give me one second. Say hi with my thumb. Alright. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull my limes off and squeeze them with my tongs. Get some of that juice on my noodles. Everybody's got a different way of doing this. Everybody calls it something different. I learned something similar to this and adding the wine to it from Weight Watchers years ago. It helps give you that flavor without adding a lot. Yes, I put the butter in here. No, that much butter is not a Weight Watchers recipe. That's an Adrian recipe. So I have decided over the years, eggs are good for you, eggs are bad for you. Butter's good for you, butter's bad for you. Butter's good for you, margarine's bad for you. You know what? Use what you got, is what I say. The shrimp look amazing, but I feel like they may still be a little under. And I worry about this because I know that they're in the sauce. I know they're in the hot butter. I know they're probably ready, but one or two of them look a little opaque to me. And I'm not taking any chances. So back in we go for about 5 minutes, if that. Now my oven is on 400 at this point. It's those little ones I threw in. For some reason, they are white. Trying to turn, but they're not quite there. So I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes. Because now that I've taken all those limes off the top, when it comes out, I'm just going to pour it straight in here. But be careful when you do that. Do not burn yourself or hurt yourself. And most of the time, my husband laughs at me. He says, you tell them. I said, yes, I tell them not to burn themselves or not to hurt themselves, because I'm actually talking to myself, reminding myself not to burn myself or hurt myself, because I've already burnt myself. I did this Easter. It's clearing up, but this is what I do. Anytime there's a holiday, it never fails. I burn myself. Never fails. All right, so I have decided, since it's been extra time, I'm going to put these back in here. I'm not going to put a cushion at the bottom. Used to, I would, to catch any of the extra stuff, and I do sometimes catch any of the other stuff that falls down. So you don't have like sloppy noodles. It's almost like putting another taco shell under your taco. I like to put a little bit of sauce underneath my spaghetti with whatever's on it, my pasta, so it catches the residual and you're not just leaving stuff at the bottom of your bowl. But today that ain't gonna happen because my shrimpies are wanting to be a little bit difficult to deal with. I know what to do with those. I'm gonna pull my husband and turn that on broil really quick because they are done. I just want a little more color on them. Oh yeah. Now sometimes with this, you can do a vegetable on the side. Sometimes I like to do broccoli, or we love Brussels sprouts and broccoli or asparagus. I don't have either one of those. I don't have any of those. You can throw whatever green vegetable or whatever vegetable in here you want. I'm just not doing it tonight because this is one of the ways that I cut corners when I don't have the energy to do anything. Sorry guys, that's my neighbor. So I have been trying to think of our meal for Mother's Day. So this is the way things go, and I wanted to tell you because a lot of people are like, Adrian, how do you know what to make? I go by what we get at the food pantry. Tomorrow when she goes, we'll see what we're blessed with. And I'll see if it's something that I may want to wait till Mother's Day to use, or if I want to use it this week. So we'll go through that when she brings everything in tomorrow. And then I believe she's going to go Thursday to the town next to us. We haven't been in a month. We probably only go once a month. It's a twice a month thing if we need it. So we'll probably go this month, this week, because I believe all the meat that I have left is actually in the refrigerators, the chicken and the roast. But we are blessed that I do still have a good many cans of chicken. So if I need to, I can use cans of chicken and vegetables and make a chicken pot pie or make anything with that chicken. So that's probably, I mean, we've got that. It's not like we're running out of meat. We'll just have to switch into the canned stuff, which is fine. I've used it before. You've seen me use it before. I have absolutely no problems using canned chicken. Okay, guys. We're done now. So, what I'm going to do, trying to think because my husband's at work. This will not reheat well altogether. So I'm going to put him some scampi in a bowl without the noodles and put the noodles in another bowl, and I'll combine them when he gets home. I'm going to grab one of these bowls over here. And then when he gets home, all I'll need to do is warm up the shrimp and the spaghetti, and I'll put them together. So let me pull him out some noodles. He probably won't want that many, but I'm going to save them for him just in case. And I'm going to pull him out some of these big old colossal shrimp we have here. A couple of the small ones. I like to give him a variety. And then, a spoon. Yes, this is a spoon that we got from an event that we had catered years ago. And we still love to use them. They are great little spoons for stuff like this. And I put them out to serve with at holidays and things. So it did make a good bit of juice in there. Oh, cut it off. Okay. So then I'll just cover that up till he gets home. Turn everything off. And then I'm literally just going to pour this over. And let's try not to make a mess. Let's see if we can do this. You're seeing me, not even what I'm doing here. Sorry about that, guys. The guy was talking to you and looking at you. And I forgot to turn this back over here. Oh well, things happen, right? So, and another thing that I like because of the fact that I use foil is that you can literally take this off. And I do have some residual liquid under here, which is fine. Then what I'll do here later is just wash it off. Easy peasy cleanup too. Not so bad. Alright, and then we're just gonna, oh yeah, we are really good. Guys, this looks amazing. Look at this. I wish you could smell it. So I don't have any more Parmesan. We ate that little bit that was left. But I don't really think we're going to need it. So with these being the big ones, usually if these were thawed out, I would have actually pulled the tails off. But since I did not, and it's usually at this point, told you guys I'm going to be honest with you, that I have a problem. The food is hitting my smeller here. I'm going to try one of these because I know they're great. Because this is like one of my favorite meals. So these have been peeled and deveined. They're just still with the tails on. Oh my God. They're so good. And they're perfect. I want to eat some spaghetti pot, but I'm going to dig me up some shrimp. Oh, guys. Mouthful of shrimp there. So, this is an easy shrimp scampi. Took me 30 minutes. Like I said, if I wouldn't have been talking and everything else, it wouldn't have taken as long. But give yourself about 30 minutes from start to finish, and you'll have an easy meal. Very, other than the shrimp, it is very affordable. If you get the shrimp from the pantry, or you could do anything like this. If you get a hold of something that you don't know what to do with, just ask me and we'll figure it out together. But this is what it looks like. And I will put them a little bit of the juice on top of here. But this is for Mom and Alex and my son. And I will eat here in a bit. Probably when my husband gets home, to be honest with you. Sometimes I like to wait and eat with him. I'll eat a little something now and then eat with him when he gets home. He used to work third, and I would do that. I would eat dinner with him at 8 a.m. But, you know, the things you do for those you love. So there's their dinner. And guys, very easy, very 2-pot meal. You guys can do it any time of the week. This does reheat well. Just be careful with your shrimp when you reheat it, not to overheat it or they'll get rubbery. Usually doesn't take very long. What I'll do when he gets home is I'll throw that in a hot pan, sear it up, and throw it right back on top of his noodles. So easy enough for tonight. Easy shrimp scampi. Tomorrow's food pantry day, so I will be seeing you soon. Guys, I do hope that you are doing well. I hope that you're enjoying their warmer weather. I hope it's warmer weather where you are. I know a lot of people in the extreme north are still getting snow. But if you are where I am, where it's warmer, I hope you get to enjoy it and get outside and get you some sunshine. I figured out sitting outside just a couple hours a day has made a world of difference. So get you a little vitamin D, get you a little sun in there. And take care of yourselves, take care of your neighbors, and I'll see you next time.